The Bonneville County prosecutor has looked at an officer-involved shooting from last month and made a decision about how those officers responded. Good evening. Thanks for watching tonight. I'm Todd Blackington. After a thorough investigation, new details have been released on the officer-involved shooting in Idaho Falls that took place on June 17th. Our Diana Nguyen is live in the Idaho Falls newsroom with more on that. So, Diana, what did the investigators find?
Todd, Bonneville County authorities found that the shooter actually died from a self-inflicted wound after gunfire was exchanged with police officers. The Eastern Idaho Critical Response Team released new information today on last month's officer-involved shooting. It all started when 50-year-old Douglas Walters fled from a routine traffic stop for non-working taillights on his white Chevy pickup truck. Authorities say Walters proceeded to drive without headlights on and going between 75 to 80 miles an hour on residential streets with an unidentified male passenger to his home on 17th Street. Police say after several attempts at communicating with Walters through the front door, officers forced entry and chased Walters into the kitchen area, where he then fired a .32 caliber handgun at Officer Malin Reynolds, who was luckily wearing a bulletproof vest. Prosecutors say it was then officers drew their weapons, firing and hitting Walters with a total of 6 shots. 4 in the abdomen, 1 in the shoulder, and 1 on the neck. They said Walters then shot himself in the head with his own gun and died of that self-inflicted wound. Autopsy and toxicology reports are still processing, so authorities say they don't yet know if drugs or alcohol was involved. Prosecutor Bruce Pickett says they're proud of how all officers involved performed.
All of the bullets that were fired were found and accounted for. The officers did not draw their weapons until Officer Reynolds had been shot, and only fired their weapons when Mr. Walters moved his gun, aiming it towards them. I find that the officers acted in self-defense in this case, and that the shooting was justifiable.
Authorities say Officer Malin Reynolds is doing just fine and should be returning to work next week. Reporting live in the Idaho Falls newsroom, I'm Diana Nguyen. Todd, back to you.
All right, Diana, thank you very much.